Hello, friends of Sudoku, and welcome to an expert Sudoku puzzle by País. I'm planning, weather permitting, of course, a 2-day trip to the north, just about 250 kilometers up the coast to another little town, which is quite picturesque and thankfully free of tourists. It's going to be about a 5 or 6 hour drive up, and I will go up on Saturday. I'm recording this on Thursday. I'll spend the night up there somewhere. I'll just find a cheap hotel and go back home on Sunday, and should be back here before dark on Sunday. And that is the main reason that I'm recording this video, because I want you to have something to look at while I am gone. Saturday morning will see me taking off at 5 a.m. so I'm not going to be able to record any video. On Sunday, of course, I will be in another town without my laptop, so once again I won't be able to record any videos. So let's see what we have to deal with here. I haven't seen this puzzle before. I just copied it from their website. I think it is from today, even the 2nd of October, but I'm not quite sure. Let's look at the 2 9 blocking across here and the 9 blocking up. One of these is a 9. 2 blocks across, the 2 blocks down. So a 2 goes here, here, or here. But more importantly, we have a couple of 5s here and here blocking these squares here. And these 2 5s block these 2 squares, so a 5 must go here. By the way, also for this puzzle, I will endeavor to speak slowly and to think a long time before entering any number. I will be mindful of keeping a good pace, if at all possible, of course. You never know with these puzzles. Sometimes they can be pretty tough, and I will have to slow down anyway. We'll just have to wait and see. And while I've been saying all this, I've been seeing this 1 blocking across and this 1 blocking up. So 1 goes here. Now we have a 1 and an 8 here. We have a 1 and an 8 here. So these 2 squares have got to be a 1 and an 8. And since this 7 blocks here, here, and here, this must be a 7. And here now we are going to have a 2, 5, and a 3. This 9 blocks down, this 9 blocks over here. So here is a 9. As we just said, 2, 5, and a 3 here. Therefore, this has got to be a 4. Now, I'm sure anyone can spot a 4 for this block here. This 4 blocks up, of course, so here's a 4. And that gives us 1 digit here, and that's got to be a 3. So 1 and 8 here. That means we're going to have a 1 here, here, or here. Can we do more with the 8s? No, not immediately. But we have a 2, and it's an easy 2, and it goes in the top chute here. You see this 2 and this 2 block across here, and this 2 blocks up here, so 2 must go here. We know that these are 1, 8, and these must be a 7 and a 9, because those are the last 2 numbers missing from the column. And these 3 squares have got to be a 3, 5, and a 6. And we can place the 3 because we have a 5 and a 6 blocking across here. So here's a 3. 5 and 6 here now. It is as if, well, we got a 5 blocking up here and across here. So 5s are possible in these 3 squares, so that is no good. I do see, however, a 4 in one of these 2 squares because of this 4 blocking across and this 4 blocking across. And now I'm eagerly looking for 4s here. And the only 4 I see so far is this one blocking across. So there are 4 empty squares where 4 could potentially go, and that's too many. 4 is over here. We have a 4 blocking down, and we have a 4 blocking over. We have a 4 blocking over, and this 4 also blocks down here. So one of these is a 4. Now we got a 4 here or here. We are going to have a 9 here or here because of these 2 9s blocking across like so. And we're also going to have a 6 here or here because we got a 6 and a 9 here, and we got a 6 and a 9 here. And they block all the way over here. So these 2 squares have got to be a 6 and a 9 in some order. And now maybe we should have a look at these 3 squares. They can't be 6 and 9. So what's left? A 2, 5, and a 4. And since this 4 blocks here, it is quite obvious, I think, that these 2 squares are 4 candidates. And since this 4 blocks across, these candidates block across, and this 4 blocks down, we have a 4 here. Now we have a 4 here or here. 6 and 9. Let's have a look at these 3 squares. What must they be? It must be a 1, 8, and a 2. And that gives us a 2 because this 2 blocks down. This is a 6 or a 9, ergo a 2 must go here. Remember these 3 squares, they have to be what? A 2, 3, and a 5. Now we have a 2 and a 5 blocking here, so that's got to be a 3, and these are now 2 and 5. I can't do much about that yet, but we do have a 2 and a 5 blocking across and down, so we got 2 and 5 in 2 of these 3 squares. I'm not sure I can see much more about that, but I can see that these must be a 1 and an 8. And this is also a 1 or an 8, of course, because these are still a 6 and a 9, right? And that presents us with a remote 1 and an 8 pair. And here is how. 1 and 8 must go in 2 of these 3 squares here. And we have a 1 and an 8 blocking here. So these 2 squares must be a remote 1 and an 8 pair. And the very last number we need for the column must be a 4. And that is destined for this position here. We are getting closer to a 4, however, for the center column, because a 4 can't go here, and a 4 can't go here, 4 can't go here, and 4 can't go here. So we are ending up with a 4 in one of these 2 squares. Across here, we need to find a 2, 3, 8, and a 9. There's an 8 and a 9 here, so this has got to be a 2 or a 3. 2, therefore, goes here or here. Not quite enough, though. Oh, but I'm seeing a 6. I've been blind to this 6 for some time now, I'm afraid. So let's have a look at these 6s blocking like so, giving me a 6 here. Now a 1, 4, 7, 8 here. There's a 1, 8 here, we know that. There's a 1, 7 here, so this is a 4, 8. What else can we see? Let's pretend that we have heard about a unique rectangle before. We know this is a 1, 8, this is a 1, 8, this is a 1, 8. Now let's look at this square. It can't be a 1 or an 8. So what can it be? It cannot be a 1, it cannot be a 2, it could be a 3, but not a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So it must be a 3. Now we need a 1, 8, 2, and a 5 across here. So the 1 blocks across here and down here. We are going to have a 1 either here or here, and also here or here. Now we have some empty squares in column 6, and those have to be filled with a 1, 4, 7, 8, and a 9. There's a 4, 8, 9 blocking here. This is a 1, 7. There's a 1, 4, 7 here, so this is an 8, 9. There's a 4, 7, 9 here, so this is a 1, 8. So we are looking at a 9 possibility here and here, and a 4 possibility here and here. 8 can go here or here. And a 1 we can't really pinpoint yet. So that's all very good, but not helpful. So let me have another look at this row here. We got 6 and 9 here, of course, and still a 2, 5, and a 4 here. There's a 2 and a 5 blocking this square. It's got to be a 4. Now we had 4s up here as well, didn't we? Now this 4 forces a 4 to go here. And we still need a 4 for block 5. The 4 blocks across here and down here. So here's a 4, right? Now we need a 7 for this row. The 7 blocks here and the 7 blocks here. So here's a 7. This square now can't be a 1. Therefore, a 1 must go here, and this must be an 8. We have a couple of 8s now blocking down like so. So an 8 goes here, and we have a 1 here and an 8 here. This 1 blocks down, this blocks over, another 1 goes here. 2 and 5 here now. Also 2 and 5 here, by the way. Up here, we need an 8 to complete the column, and that gives us an 8 here, and a 1 to complete column 8. Now, one of these must be a 1, and one of these must be a 1. We found a few numbers, so let's see if we can do more across here now. We need to find 2, 7, 3, and a 9. 7 he blocks here and here, 7 blocks here, so here's a 7. Now we have 7s here or here. So this square can't be a 7. The 7 here blocks this square. This 7 blocks this square, so 7 must go here. And that gives us a 9 here to complete the column, of course. These 9s block across, and this 9 blocks up. So here's another 9. Blocking down, this 9 blocks up, here is a 9. Now we got 9s here or here. These 2 squares must be a 2 and a 3. Can we do anything with that? I don't believe we can, not yet. So let's instead look at these 3 squares. Again, a 2, 3, and an 8. This 8 blocks here, this 8 blocks here. So here's an 8. 2 and 3 here now. The 2 blocks down, here's a 3, here is a 2. Now we have a 2 here, and here we have a 9. And here we have a 3. Blocking up, this 3 blocks up, so here's another 3. These 2 3s block across, this blocks up, here's a 3. 6 and 5 here still, but I'm sure we'll get there. This 2 blocks down, giving me a 2 here, and therefore here, while this must be a 5, and this must be a 5. 6 and 9 here still, but now the 9 blocks down, giving me a 6 here, and a 9 here. What did we say about the 6s? The 6 blocks up and over, 6 goes here, therefore we have a 6 here and a 5 here. This can only be a 1, and this can only be a 7, giving me a 7 here. a 1 and a 5 still to be entered. The 5 blocks up, giving me a 1 here and a 5 here. So friends of Sudoku, I hope this was also slow enough for everyone to be able to follow. Perhaps a little slow in places, but there you go. I will upload this so it will be available on YouTube on Saturday morning. If I indeed am going Saturday morning, it still depends on the weather. So far, the rainy season in this area has been very benign. We've had rain 4 or 5 days, and usually it would have been raining at least 20 or 25 days in October. So nobody can tell what the rainy season is going to be like this year. It's usually October, November, December, but so far it's been skewed at least 1 month. If I'm unlucky, we will have rain all of January, but maybe we'll have none. You never know. Anyway, thank you for watching and bye for now.